Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Blake, and today I'm going to show you guys how to cook up a fire, rage, hyperpop type of sample from scratch for artists like Trippie, Show Joe, Sofaygo, any of those artists. Alright guys, so yeah, let's get right into the video. Alright, so first I'm going to play a snippet of the finished sample, and then I'll get right into the breakdown. Alright, so starting off with the chords, I went to the 3x oscillator and I picked the same waveform for each of the three parts, and then I laid down these chords. For this chord progression, I wanted to keep it pretty simple because with the top layer melodies, I wanted to go really crazy with. As you can see, I have a little bit of space right here, so that way the chord stops fully whenever it gets to this point, and it creates a little bit of different bounce, and it leads into the next two bars really well. As well as right here, I have this chord cut off for the most part except the bass note, and I have the bass note extending out because it has this cool effect. For the chords, I just throw on this EQ. Next, I went into Omnisphere and I got the crying whammy guitar lead. And here's the lead that I laid down. This lead pattern really gives me some like early 2010s pop music type of vibe. I don't know why, but that's just what this progression reminded me of, and I just thought it was super fire and catchy to lay over the first chords. Effects on this sound, I threw this delay on, I threw on the J37 stereo from Waves, and I just threw on the stereo preset. I also wanted to drown it in a little bit of reverb, and I threw on this EQ to cut out most of the low mids and all of the lows. Next, I went into the new lead bank in Arcade, and I got this lead chopped out from there. Before I threw this lead down, I was originally looking for a vocal, which I did end up putting down, which I'm going to show after this sound, but I just saw the lead presets and I just thought maybe something fire would be in here, and it turned out to be true. I just set it to B minor, which is what my chords and other sounds are in, and I just laid the lead down. And for the effects, I threw on this delay, a pretty heavy delay. I also threw on a reverb, drowned it in some of that, and I threw on this EQ. This lead is pretty strong, so I did turn it down fairly low in the mix compared to everything else. Now time for the vocals. Here are the vocals that I chopped up for this pattern. All I did for these vocals was I cut out a little bit of the low end. And the main reason I threw these vocals down was basically just for texture and the melody. I also thought the vocals brought a lot of energy to the track as it plays later in the progression. It just kind of gives you some ear candy, and I just love throwing vocals in my samples in case a producer really likes making beats with samples with vocals. So yeah, that's why I threw it in there. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.